We got some problems approaching, like, the academy right now as the villains decided enough is enough. We want to take this to the fucking them. We're gonna invade them. This episode of Academia kind of felt like more like 2 episodes. Like, it was like 2 like mini half ones. Because the first half was like everyone reacting like, hey, you know, how's like All Might's teacher? Like, there's a bunch of like people at the school gate, like all news reporters, like, how's All Might doing? They asked Deku. He's like, nurse office. And then Ida says, no, like, Ida's just like, yeah, he's a renowned, he keeps going on and on and on and on and on. Bakugo, as expected, just tells him to fuck off. And, like, Uraraka's just like, yeah, he's, master there, yeah, and then just to raise a head, he's like, he's not here, fuck off, just go away, no one wants you here. And like finding out is like, hey, no one can get into the school unless they have like ID or a pass or anything to get out there. That's how they keep like all the people out there. And we get to see that someone's out there. We saw that certain handy like motherfucker from last time. He's out there at the gate, so definitely like he was out there planning some shit. I'm not gonna lie though, like, it took, like, I would like say the first maybe 8 minutes or so was actually kind of boring, because, like, the whole, like, part of it was like, we need to go and pick a school president, and, like, everyone's having votes and everything, and then it ended up being picked, like, Deku and Yaoyorozu are like the people say, yeah, you're the guys that need to be there, and it's like, you know, like, alright, you know, and that's kind of the thing. And then finding out that Ida's family is like these really super popular like heroes, like all of them are like, yeah, his older brother's like this guy that has like 65 like a little juniors behind him and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know, that's cool, but I guess that's just because I don't like Ida in the manga and I don't like him in the anime either. Like, and even coming out to that, it's like, oh shit, there's like the big evacuation going into there saying like, oh, there's a level 3 here now, so it's like, oh, someone's trespassing the school and all that. Like, you know, nothing's happened like that in 3 years, and everyone's like coming out saying, yo, we need to get out, and everyone's like pushing each other out of the way, and it's like, well, we need to panic. And Ida was like one of the only thirsty people to notice. It's like, it's just the press just managed to get in. That's how they managed to get in. It's like, I need to do something, and it's like, yo, Uraraka, make me float, like that. Goes in there right from the top, and he's screaming like as he's doing like this weird JoJo pose as he smashes into the wall. Everything's fine. Calm down. It's all good. And see, that's the first like 9-10 minutes of the show, and like it's just like, oh, they're just asking for All Might. It's like, not to, I mean, it shows that Ida is, you know, he's a capable leader. He's the person that should probably be the school president out of all of them, alongside with Yaoyorozu. And, you know, Deku, he just said, I'd rather see like Ida be the person that chose like for this like job rather than me. And it's like, you know, it's fine. It was like a fine thing. However, the big part that you got out of it was like after you see like a bunch of heroes looking at the door that got taken down, and it's like the hero, like that wasn't just like, that wasn't the press that did that. That was someone completely else doing that like situation. It's like, yeah, this was some sort of warning of like from someone evil, like, yeah, making saying, yeah, you ain't safe here. And then the second half of the episode was going about, hey, we're going to have this big rescue like sort of place going on. We're going to have this big thing. You can decide whether or not you want to use your costumes, but we're now going to go in there. You know, because, you know, some of your costumes might limit your abilities like in certain situations. They're all going off of this bus going, yeah, road trip. And it's very weird that out of all people getting picked on, out of the whole group is Bakugo. Everyone calling him like a dumbass and an asshole, and like you get to see like Deku's there like, what the fuck, like, you know, is this a dream? Like this is a weird scenario where like he's getting picked on, and like everyone has like their costumes and all their stuff on there, but it's like Deku's like the only one that hasn't got his like green snot outfit. And he's like, oh well, my shit is actually like broken up. And it's like, I've got to say though, like, to be fair, like I never really liked Deku's like outfit. It's just the colour. I don't like the green snot colour of it. So everyone else is like, hey, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna sort this shit out, and it's just like, you know, we're gonna do this. And they meet like with a like number like 13. He was like, yeah, I'm a space guy. I had a quirk called like Black Hole, and it's like, we're gonna use like this place known as USJ, where like different rescue scenarios. And the episode ended with some villains coming in with a scenario, and it was like, oh, All Might was supposed to be there to like help them, but he ended up, while he was transmuting his way over there, he ended up using his powers a little bit too much. I mean, I'm glad like this chapter was like 2, but I will say though, did we really need like the first like 12 minutes though on Ida? I mean, it was just electing someone for the fucking class president. I even like reading that in the manga, I was like, this is the most throwaway chapter ever. Like coming out, yeah, you get a cool little thing, and then it's obviously like the setup with the villains like at the last like page. But it's like I felt like if you was gonna do it, you could have like at least done it in like half the time. Honestly, I would have thought you should have done that in 5 minutes, and I don't even think they did the last page or so with like the last chapter that they did. I believe like the last one that they adapted was chapter like 13 of the manga, and I think that they missed out that last page. Only thing I will say, like the anime and all that, I really do love the animation. That was the one time, and I think it's especially with that villain with the hands. I don't want to say his name. Obviously, some people don't want to find that out. But I will say though, I think like you can't do his art right. Like in in an anime adaptation, I really do love his art whenever he's drawn in the manga, because he always had this really creepy face and it's always well drawn. That's nothing to the anime layer or all that, but I think that's like really hard to do like in an anime format. And maybe they might do that in a Blu-ray or something like that when it comes out. But on a TV, being on a weekly constriction like that, I wasn't like surprised that they didn't add like the much detail to it. I enjoyed this episode. I think it's one of the weakest episodes that they got so far, and it was just like, it was a setup episode. It was setting it up, but it didn't get to like the second, I'd like to say, like when the alarm was going off, that it kind of got a little bit interesting. But even then, it was like, wow, Ida, like he flew out of the crowd, woo, like, and it's like, oh, he's the class press. Like honestly, that's becoming, I'm very biased against Ida. I really don't like him a lot as a character, and I've never really found him that interesting, and he's kind of a bit of a hypocrite in the manga. But the villains invading, that's cool and all that. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to like I think since we've only got like a couple episodes left, we've got episode 10, 11, 12, like we're probably gonna finish off at like chapter like 21. I think that's like where volume 2 ends. So we're probably gonna have that ending right there, I'd imagine. I think like chapter 21 is gonna be where they kind of wrap the whole thing up and maybe do their own little thing on it. But overall, it was fine. Like it was a fine episode. Honestly, I'd give it like a 5.5 to like a 6. I thought it was fine. Like it was anything like too special though this week, which was a shame. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think about this episode of My Hero Academia? Do you think this was kind of one of the weaker episodes that they had? Like obviously it's like, I think honestly like this episode could have been a lot better if we like kind of cut the Ida thing in half, or at least speed it up like half. It's like, Academia, I know you're not trying to catch up to the manga, but come on, you still gotta make it entertaining at the end of the day. So with me, so thank you much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.